Yo, what is going on, guys? Surge Danger here, and welcome back to another video on Spider-Man Far From Home. And this is going to be my 2 post-credit scenes explained video. And obviously, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this movie, then stop watching this video because I'll be covering some major spoilers right now. And you guys wouldn't want to be hearing this from me because this movie was absolutely amazing. But for those who don't understand or want an explanation for what happened in these post-credit scenes, then this is the video for you guys. Before I start this video though, I will give a quick review of mine. So, Spider-Man Far From Home was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved almost every scene there was in this movie, whether it's to do with the new suit, I love that new suit, whether it's to do with the action scenes, the humor, and especially the CGI. Like, what was that, man? Yeah, all actors just killed it, and it's by far my second favorite Marvel film out of all 23. Well, MCU film. And obviously, for those who know me, if you guys want to know what first place is, it's Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so the first post-credit scene. Peter swings through New York, Manhattan, with MJ after his conflict with the Elements and Mysterio in Europe. And this entire movie took place in Europe. Yeah, this whole movie. So now we're back in New York, back in Manhattan. So we find out from a news broadcast that Mysterio produced this video before his death, and we cut to Quentin back, and he's acting all desperate, and says, "Spider-Man is attacking for some reason. He had already weaponized some Stark technology. He's saying he's going to be the new Iron Man, no one else." Then cuts to Quentin, who audio manipulated Peter's sayings and made Peter look like a villain, as I believe it was Hedith's voice asking, "Are you sure you want to commence the drone attack? There will be significant casualties." Then we see the edited voice of Peter saying, "I don't care, execute them all." Then the holy crap moment comes in, and I was so shocked at seeing this. So we see J. Jonah Jameson, obviously that news reporter in the Daily Bugle, played by J.K. Simmons himself once again, as he did play J. Jonah Jameson in the original Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man, basically the original Spider-Mans 1, 2, and 3, and he appears and says, "There you have it, folks, conclusive proof that Spider-Man was responsible with the brutal murder of Mysterio, an interdimensional warrior who gives his life to protect our planet, and who will no doubt go down in history as the greatest superhero of all time. That's not all, folks. Here's the real blockbuster. Brace yourself, you might want to sit down." The video returns to Mysterio exposing the identity of Spider-Man as Peter Parker. And we cut to Peter saying, "What the?" And then obviously the swear word, but we didn't get there yet, as it cuts to the next credit. And this was a really cool moment because it corresponds to the ending line in Spider-Man Homecoming, where Aunt May finds out Peter is Spider-Man, and she reacted the same way. So yeah, this video could have also been edited by the Daily Bugle to make Spider-Man seem like a villain and not a hero, as we do know that that's J. Jonah Jameson's, that's his obsession, making Spider-Man seem like a villain. And yeah, this problem could easily be solved by the second post-credit scene, and I will get to that in a second. But it could probably rage J. Jonah Jameson, eventually making him set up villains like the Green Goblin or possibly the Scorpion, and eventually these villains could possibly form the Sinister Six, as we did also have Scorpion's cameo in the Spider-Man Homecoming post-credit scene. So, could the possible main villain for the next Spider-Man movie possibly be Scorpion or the goblins. Personally, I would want it to be Scorpion because I don't think we've ever had that throughout any movie of Spider-Man before. However, we did have like Rhino and Green Goblin. But if we had like villains like Craven the Hunter and Scorpion, who are also members of the Sinister Six, be the next main villain, I think that would be totally amazing. And going into phase 4, we would have a solution to which I will talk about at the end of this video to how Peter could resolve this problem he's now in. Now, the second post-credit scene, which was kind of shocking, and it reveals that Nick Fury and Maria Hill aren't themselves in the movie, and they are actually Talos and Soren from Captain Marvel. So yeah, what the heck? That was absolutely nuts, and no one expected this. So these Skrulls were pretending to be Nick and Maria throughout the whole film and acted in the same role and are following orders from the original versions of Nick Fury and Maria Hill. But we don't know where Maria is right now. However, we cut to Nick Fury as he was in a terribly CGI'd beach. Yeah, it is kind of normal as we do see it turn out being a hologram where Nick is actually on a Skrull space station. So, these Skrulls will play a massive part going into phase 4 onwards. And we now know that Skrulls are still alive in present day Earth. And we hear Soren say, you got to tell him. And Talos replies, it was fine. The little boy handled it. How was I supposed to know the whole thing was fake? It was all very convincing. The performance, the illusion, that costume, the craftsmanship, and that admits to being fooled, and also says, "Hey, I hope your mission's going well. We gave the glasses to Parker about a week ago, like you said." It was all very touching. After that, everything kind of went off the rails. We need you to come back because everyone keeps asking where the Avengers are, and I don't know what to say. And Nick stands up and says, "Who has my shoes?" in the Skrull spaceship, and that ends right there. So yeah, this reveal sets up major elements for Marvel Phase 4. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. are part of a secret mission deep in space with the Skrulls, and I have two theories on what it could be. First up, let's go for the obvious. Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, could be missing or did something wrong, and S.H.I.E.L.D. are trying to find her with the help of the Skrulls. Or number two, which I do wish that happens, it could be the formation of SWORD, the space station stopping incoming threats, and it's an acronym for Sentient World Observation and Response Department, and they are basically an intelligence agency that counters terrorism, dealing with threats out of Earth. And yeah, it's kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick could be in charge of SWORD. Now, going back to how Peter could have solved this theory and proved Jameson wrong. He could easily do this by the help of the Skrulls, where the Skrulls could disguise as Peter Parker, and then we could cut to Spider-Man swinging across the city, and that would easily be a solution to prove to the world that video was edited, and it could also prove Mysterio wrong when he wasn't. Yeah, I think that's the most likeliest option they will go for this time. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.